SBF family, it's me, Mama Jam and Wendy. Looking rough. I've had a couple hard nights to fall asleep. Anyway, let's do a quick update on all the drama and health and from the last video. First off, I want to apologize because it's been settled down for about a week and I was so excited and doing so many projects that I just got caught up in it because it had been a while since I crafted and was able to really dig in, and I definitely delayed on this, so I apologize to that. Yeah, let's go Captain Random because there's so much to say. Doctor's appointment. Everything's really okay. It's concerned, but nothing not manageable, which I am ever thankful for. The big problem that was hereditary is called aortic dilation, which is your aorta can have a bulge in it, and it's called the silent killer, and that can literally burst at any time, and of course it's not good. And it's usually only found by accident, which for my mom was. She's in a state where hers is dilated, but it's manageable. It's not needed for surgery. She'll be checked often. Good news is I know about it now, so I can keep an eye on it being hereditary. I don't have it, thank you. And the only thing they'll do is now they'll check every 3 years, have pictures of my heart, ultrasound, and keep an eye on it. So that's great stuff. Secondary, anxiety. I have Hashimoto's, so that can create anxiety. I've always really had anxiety, and usually I could do 10 deep breaths, let it all out, and get breathing well, and I can get rid of it. As of lately, though, it's been, well, actually, let me point this out. In my last video, I said anxiety over the projects. I don't get anxiety over the projects at all, and doing them for you, doing them for me, I get anxiety when I don't finish stuff. When I start something, I truly like to finish it and get it done, and when it's staring at me and I'm busy and I can't get it done, that just is my normal anxiety. So I just wanted to clarify that because I didn't state that properly. But I do get anxiety attacks. I have since I was in my early 20s. As I was saying, I could usually breathe them away, and I was having these ones, and it was like my heart was it was like I would wake up as if somebody just threw a brick through the window and scared the crap out of me, and that was new. So they thought maybe it was the Hashimoto's and I'd have to live with it. As it turns out, I wore that monitor, and the heart doctor, the cardiologist, showed me that what happens is the natural pacemaker in your heart, not one they put in, natural, that makes it pump. Apparently I'm throwing off an extra beat here and there that can be, if you're stressed, I'm not real medical, so mind me while I burst this out in my layman's term. It throws off, especially if you're stressed, it'll be more. It throws off an extra beat, and then it extra pauses, and then catches up. And this happens just out of the blue. And it's the weirdest feeling. So I'm thankful to have an understanding of what I'm feeling, and a reason. Knowledge is power. So now I don't have to stress over that so much. And he said that's just something some people's bodies do. There's nothing you can do to fix it. It just happens. So again, we have answers, and I exactly said that to him. I said, so that's when my heart feels like like it just kick-started. And he's like, that's exactly what that is. The worst thing you can do is stress about it and think about it and have more anxiety about it, because it will get worse. So I've been dealing with that. Now, the only concern he had at my age, which is no surprise really, he said there's some tightening in my heart. I've yet to look that up actually, but it's really what I already knew. It's from sitting so much and living a pretty happily calm life, but sedentary nonetheless. Big changes from when I used to work and be on my feet 8-10 hours a day. That's different. I quit smoking for the most part a couple years ago. That did help weight and all that stuff. But anyway, the tightening, he said, is simply from my lifestyle, and that can be and easily is fixed by exercise and eating good. I'm basically so relaxed, my heart is tightening up. Too relaxed, which is funny. You never think that's a problem, but that is the problem. So that one can be fixed. So where are we at? So we have definitely been, this is probably boring to most people, but I'm going to just lay it out there for those who were concerned, which I do thank you all for your concern. Those messages really helped me a lot. So all your kind words and worrying about me and saying you'd wait till I catch up and all that good stuff. This is where because I just can't say the right thing. Okay, so we've been walking. I'm trying to walk at least 5 nights a week. We started off at 1 mile and now we're up to about 2. Now Alex got the flu this week, so that messed us up. But I got some weights. I put them on my wrists and I'm like walking around, doing this and doing that and swinging around. And Gracie laughs at me. She's been doing her walks with us and I'm like, hey, it's some extra exercise. At least if I'm not walking slowly, I'm walking a little extra, I'm getting things moving, and I can feel it. I get a little out of breath while I'm doing it, and I wiggle my butt and I tighten my butt, and Gracie laughs at me. I'm like, hey, that's all exercise, get it moving. So that's been kind of funny. The dog is ecstatic to be walking with us too. She's a little overweight, so it's helping her. I'll put a little video at the end showing that. That is just so funny. The biggest thing that has kept my brain full is the diet changes and learning how to cook differently. We've switched our whole thing around. I always found it very important to have a family dinner and sit and talk and do all that thing. We're kind of switching it to not making dinner such a big deal, making it a lighter meal, some more lunch menu on the dinner menu, and just not putting so much emphasis on it so that it's not such a big deal. And then of course we sit there and talk, and then we eat more and more and more. I've not been really a bad eater. My biggest guilty things is I do love carbs. I love carbs, so I've cut those down a lot. I have a hard time falling asleep when I'm the least bit hungry, so I'm a midnight snacker. So I've been putting lots of fresh vegetables, sitting them in the eye level in the fridge, so I grab those more. Found snacks that are gluten-free and less carbs, less fat, and all that stuff. So I have to take my glasses to the store, and it has like doubled and tripled my grocery store time until I get these habits all ingrained, you know. And that's been really that. For the most part, I am guilty of not eating breakfast. That's really bad for weight gain. And again, I've lost 5 pounds. That's not a lot. And I'm not worrying about the weight so much as getting the heart moving and pumping and getting exercise to get rid of that tension in the heart and tightness. So that's kind of where that's it. And this just takes a lot of energy to try and remember all this and to make big changes. What else? Like I was adding that I used to be a lifetime smoker, a pack a day. About 3 years ago when I stopped working my service industry job, I moved to a vape, and I've been doing vaping. Since then, I've felt healthier. I'll tell you that helps something, but there's studies not done. The doctor does suggest I quit that. I was like, I'd have like a cigarette every 2-3 days. Not really because I needed it. There was one spell where there's some stress happening, and I smoked then. But for the most part, I really wasn't a big smoker, but it was still there. That's the worst thing for this aortic dilation. So since I found that out, I haven't had a single cigarette, which is great. I have one sitting in the backyard waiting for me because it makes me feel better that it's there in case I want it, even though I don't want it. So the doctor said the vaping is definitely, he said, just try to ease it down. So when I cut my milligrams down, there's no doubt I am addicted to the nicotine. Don't ever start smoking, kids. Never. I'm glad Gracie hates it. Hopefully she'll stick with that through her teenage years. So that's something I got to work on too. And Gracie's got a whole bunch of teeth pulled. She said I can show a little video of her at the dentist, which is really funny. When she's got freezing in her mouth, I'll add that. Okay, here's Grace. First time with numbing. Give us a kiss. Blow us a kiss.
I'm cheating.
you focus?
No.
Okay, here. I don't know, what else can you do? How's it feel?
Hurts.
Tingles.
How's it bottom yet?
Tingly.
Okay, one more kiss. Say goodbye to those teeth. Yeah. So that I think about jury duty. I just go down there. That was a very interesting, quite an honor, and whoa, neat thing to experience. So I'll leave that at that. Glad I didn't not do it. Yeah. So we'll leave that at that. So otherwise, Monster High fans, I have not done a Monster High project. It's been longer than I expected. Forgive me for that. It's been so much easier to just do... Did I just burp? I think I did. Sorry. It's been so much easier to just jump on the Ever After High boxes and put them down, be able to walk away from them, do my walks, do this and that, and go back and forth. So I've been caught up in those more. And I very seldom watch TV shows, but I found Rain. It's on Netflix. It's a total adult soap opera about kings and queens and all that era. And it's 22-ish episodes per season, and there's 3 seasons. I have been binge watching and crafting, so that's why that's just been easier. But it has been easier to do that as I mumble through this. And I feel pressure to get to the people who have been waiting so long for the last 7 dolls that need to be done for Ever After High. But now I'm hitting a point where I really got to do a Monster High project. That was a big one, and I wasn't ready to be involved because that's going to be messy and take a lot of effort. But in the next week, I'm committed to at least introducing the project and showing you what I have in mind, which I'm looking at. And it has some challenges. What else? I'm going to introduce something new, which I'm not going to jump ahead on for doing, because I am going to do Monster High something first. That's only fair, but it's something in the back of my mind, and it's going to be a longer type series, longer videos, because our views aren't very I don't know, it seemed like when I started doing shorter videos we lost a lot of viewership. So if you're not interested, that's fine, don't watch it, but I'm going to make them longer for people who really were into longer videos, and I can just be more natural and just play along with it. So that's that. So I think this was a little longer than I expected. I'll put a few little videos on the end. Got the airplane. I haven't. That is the project. It's here. It's waiting for me. It is waiting. It's there. All the stuff's bought and okay. Yeah. All the stuff's bought and waiting. So thank you for your patience once again. This is longer than I expected. There'll be a few little clips at the end for whatever. And I will keep this on for a couple days, so when people got a thing, I don't want this to be the highlight issues. So once you've all seen it, you know what's going on. I'm going to delete this on the last video, and we'll just go about our business. And that's it. So thank you. Thank you for everything. Thanks for being part of this little family. And that's it. See you next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye. Panda? Go for a walk? Go for a walk? Come here. Go for a walk? Go for a walk? Yes, yes. You want to go for a walk? Okay, sit. Wait. Sit.
Somebody's excited.
Sit. Okay. Good girl. Oh, wait.
Somebody's excited. Oh man.
Oh, I put it on the wrong way.
Oh man, mommy's messing up. Wait.
Oh, she's so tough. Wait. This way. Okay, one more time. Come on. I'm gonna go for a walk. You ready? Go for a walk. I'll get too much of the door. Sit. You want your dingo? Sit. Alright. Yeah, someone else is excited we're going for a walk.
Yep.
Let's
Awesome.
go.